Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Lizzie and today I'm going to be telling you all about how I made my DIY glittery gold table numbers for my wedding. So this is what they look like. I'll put some pictures in so you can see the full kind of glory when they were in the setting. But yeah, these were my table numbers for my wedding, or our table numbers for our wedding. I'm a wee person now, I'm married. And I'm so happy with them. I think they were absolutely amazing and just a really fun DIY project that I could do in the lead up to the wedding. Now what we actually did with these is we had like big, well, in Tesco's you can get these like quite wide, tall jars of passata, and we use passata all the time for cooking, so we saved a load of passata jars and used them to put the table numbers in with like a small flower arrangement. We got all our flowers from, well, a combination of Sussex Flower Farm, where you can buy fresh flowers direct from the farm. It's much cheaper than an ordinary florist because you literally get just big buckets of conditioned flowers and you can just do what you want with them, so there hasn't been the time and effort go in to arrange them for you. You can then arrange them yourself. So we used a combination of flowers from Sussex Flower Farm, and we also topped it up with just some supermarket tulips and things. And we had little arrangements in these passata jars, and that was where the table number just stuck in the top amongst the greenery and the foliage and the flowers, and those were our table numbers. These were really simple to make, and as you can see I have already made them, so I'm afraid this isn't going to be a tutorial where I sort of show you clips of me doing it in action, because there just was not time to be filming tutorials and make these in the lead up to the wedding, but I'm going to talk you through how I did it. So all the materials are going to be linked in the description box below. The prices, the links. I got almost everything for our wedding off Amazon. It would have been nice to support like local retailers, of course, but we had Amazon Prime at the time, so that we got everything next day delivery, and trust me, we were ordering like basically every day. As soon as our wedding was over, our concierge thought that something had happened to us because we just suddenly stopped having any parcels being delivered, and he was like, what's wrong? Normally you have like 2 packages a day at least. So yeah, we got everything off Amazon, links are all below. So what you will need some little wooden dowel rods. In fact, I've got a few that we didn't use that are still in the packet. These were £5.52 for a pack of, oh no they weren't, that's absolutely wrong, they were £3.69 for a pack of 12. Then you will need some wooden numbers. You could get these from any sort of craft shop, I imagine. We got them from Amazon and they were £5.50 something for 0 to 9. Therefore, if you had more than 9 tables, you would need another pack, so you could put like a 1 and a 2 together to make like table 12 or whatever. But we had fewer tables than that, so we were fine. You will also need some glitter. This glitter I would highly recommend because I don't know if you're going to be able to see very well, but the glitter in here is like really large particles of glitter, so it's basically extra sparkly because the bits of glitter are just big, huge, round bits of glitter that really catch the light. You will also need some PVA glue. This is, again, any craft shop you could get this, or any, kids arts and crafts section of any shop. You'll also need some super glue. This is just bog standard, any old super glue. Some gold spray paint. Some newspaper so that you do not make a massive mess, and so that you can rescue your spare glitter, and a pencil. Step 1 is going to be to spread out your newspaper on your work surface. Then you're going to need to get your wooden dowels, line them all up, and use your gold spray paint to spray them. So what I ended up having to do is spray them all, but of course the bit of the wooden rod that's touching the newspaper will not be sprayed. So I laid them all out, let them dry, rolled them over and sprayed them again so they were all covered. So that, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the difference very well. It didn't make a huge difference if I'm honest, but it just meant that instead of being a plain wooden rod, I ended up with this nice sort of gold effect on the rod, which looked much nicer. So that's the first thing, is to get your rods spray painted gold. Next, you're going to probably want to spread out some fresh newspaper, potentially, and get ready for the glitter. So that's the next stage. And when you're working, you want to make sure that you're working in the middle of a sheet of newspaper because once we've done all the glittering, you're going to want to basically scoop all the spare glitter up in the crease of the newspaper and tip it back into the pot. That way it will save you wasting loads of glitter. I'm sure loads of you probably remember doing that in primary school. I have such clear memories of scooping glitter back into pots at primary school from doing arts and crafts projects. So you're going to get all of your wooden numbers, which at this point of course will just be plain wooden numbers, and you're going to lay them all out on your newspaper face up. Then you're going to get your PVA glue and put a really thick layer of glue all over the front of your number. I used my finger to just spread the glue around and make sure that it's covered with quite a thick layer of glue all over. Then you're going to get your glitter, and this is the fun bit, you're just going to shake a ton of glitter all over your letters until all the, I keep calling them letters, sorry, they're not letters, they're numbers. But you're basically going to shake the glitter all over the numbers until all the glue is covered and there's no gaps. Then you're going to leave them to dry. Once they're completely dry, you'll be able to shake off any excess glitter, and as we discussed, you can scoop up your spare glitter and tip it back into the glitter pot. Then you're going to flip your numbers so that the back is facing upwards and lay them all out on your newspaper. You're then going to get your wooden rods that you've spray painted gold, and the reason I said that you need a pencil is because I used a pencil to just mark. I sort of put the rod against the back of the letter, and I just put a little line where I wanted that line to meet the bottom of the letter. That's because I didn't want to accidentally stick them so that there'd be the wood showing like above the letter. Do you see that there? I didn't want that. So I just used a little pencil mark to show me where the edge of the number would be basically compared to the rod. And then you're going to get your, actually no, not that glue, super glue. I decided to use super glue for this bit because I thought it would just be extra sturdy. I put a blob of super glue along the edge of the rod, between the end of the rod and my pencil mark, and then I popped it on my numbers. So you can do this to all your numbers, so all your numbers end up with a letter, and lay them all out on your newspaper to dry. What I did find is that if I just let go of the rod, it would sort of like ping up away from the number because of the weight of the rod. So I ended up doing some quite interesting like balancing acts of balancing them all on each other to keep the rods off the ground, basically, to allow it to dry really well here. I'm not sure if I explained that really well, but basically I would lay them all out sort of like this so that the number 6 is keeping the number 2's rod off the ground so that it can stick. Once your super glue has dried, you can then put glitter on the back of your letters. Depending on what you're doing with them, you don't necessarily have to put glitter on the back, but I knew that the backs of mine would probably be visible a little bit amongst my little flower displays in my passata jars. So you basically do the same thing again. Spread them all out on your newspaper with the wrong side facing upwards. Use your PVA glue and spread a really thick layer all over the back of the numbers. And then use your glitter to shake glitter all over the numbers and wait for it to dry. Again, once your glue is all dried, shake off the excess, scoop it up in the middle of your newspaper and put it back in the pot for next time. And you might notice this happened to me. I noticed that I had a few like patches where I'd sort of missed a bit and there wasn't any glitter. It's really easy to just do touch-ups. You just get another blob of PVA glue, another sprinkle of glitter, and you can fill any holes or patches really, really easily. So there you have it. That's how I made my collection of table numbers, and they looked really nice. I wanted a lot of foliage and flowers at my wedding, which is why we went down the route of we had lots of jars and bottles going up and down the tables with lots of flowers in them. And these were just a really subtle but glittery, sparkly extra to add to the tables to add a bit of interest and prettiness, but also from a practical perspective, tell everyone which table is which. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. I usually make videos on dressmaking, but I did so much DIY for my wedding, and I know that some of you guys who probably follow me through dressmaking are probably also the kind of people who just like crafts and DIY in general, and anyone else who's getting married and just wants to save a bit of money. That was a big motivation for us to do loads of DIY. Not only do I really enjoy kind of arts and crafts and stuff, but it saved us so much money. So yeah, check out the rest of my tutorials if you'd like to see more kind of money saving but fun, pretty DIY wedding tricks. Thanks for watching. Bye!